adventure and Penland on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipe Man here on the Adventures Pipe Man W4CY Radio, and I'm here with...
Hi, this is Andry from Greece.
Nice. And you're here at Wacken.
I'm here at Wacken, yes. I'm here with you at the VIP area, having fun.
Nice. So, tell us a little bit about why you're here at Wacken. Let's start there.
Okay, I played here 3 years ago with Marco Mendoza. And I'm invited here again as VIP guest to just watch the show. I am not playing this year, but hopefully next year will be a different one.
I think it will. We're going to put that out there.
Yeah.
So tell us about your music and give us the story.
A story. Everybody's hungry for a story. It's just,
right?
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, I started performing since I was 16 years old. Ever since that, this is my job. I write music, lyrics, I orchestrate, I direct videos, I show my own outfits, design. So basically, I'm one woman band, and I have my own record label, Mistress Records. I have 2 albums out, 3 singles out, and I was viral on The Voice of Greece.
Nice.
Plus, I toured with David Ellefson and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Which did you like better?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I don't know.
I know, right?
Both tours are gruesome. It's like, for me, I'm like a princess. It's a bit difficult, but I'm getting by.
Well, there you go. And what do you played? What did it feel like playing on the holy ground when you played here?
Holy ground, meaning
Wacken.
Here, when I played here, yes, okay, it was great because I was the last song on the list. We did Burn with Marco, and it was fantastic. I mean, even though we haven't played with a band before, it was a jam, but everyone's know their job, and they know their parts, and they're professionals, so we had a really great time. It was fantastic.
And so, tell the listeners a little bit about your music. Like, if you were to kind of give them a visual in their head of what it sounds like, what would that be?
My music is versatile. I play blues, metal, prog, rock and roll, oriental roots. I combine styles, but most of all, I bring the feminine power, the empowerment of the women. I've created a persona, which is the mistress. So when I perform, I put my horns and I hold the whip, and I don't take no for an answer.
Whoa. Never?
Never.
You must be a mistress then.
Yeah. Life is supposed to turn you into something that you're not born this way, but it is a part of your personality.
Well, I agree with that because, like, environmental forces, as you grow up, they kind of mold you into what you are. That's why we can be different at different points in our life.
Exactly.
Those experiences.
Exactly, yeah. I think in the beginning I was very kind, loving, like, hi, this is Andry here, but this got me nowhere. So I decided to go on the other side.
Okay, so you're going to love this story of mine then. So the Pipe Man persona on the radio got developed over time. It's kind of like my alter ego in some respects, and in some respects it's real me. But years ago, because I'm also a motivational speaker, so I'm like a metalhead, a motivational speaker, I'm a professional, I'm a hippie, I'm a punker. Like, nobody has to be in a box. You can be whatever you want to be, and you should have different facets of your personality. But here's what's interesting. So I had this relationship show years ago, and I handpicked co-hosts to cover every type of person. I had a woman who was this very conservative, nice woman. And then I had this spicy Latina that was the epitome of the woman player. And then I had this guy who was the total guy player, like never had a relationship longer than a year, wouldn't go on second dates unless he had sex on the first date, like as far in that realm as possible. Me, I was always told too nice, I was always told all these things like that, so much so that my first wife, when we got divorced, she's like, I really hope you find what you're looking for, because you're like the most romantic person I've ever met in my life. I'm just not into that. And when I first,
wow. Okay.
2 months before we got married, which was 12 years before, she broke up with me because why? Too nice. Now, when this guy,
what is nice in the end? Like, how do we define nice?
I don't know.
That's nonsense.
You tell me from the female perspective.
I think nice is like having balance. When you don't have balance, this is where you become a fool. That's the difference between being a fool and being nice.
Yeah.
Being nice is having balance as a person, learn how to say, when to say no, when to say yes, how to react in situations, certain situations, and to have the wit and the intelligence to basically be yourself at this moment and not hold back just because of insecurities, stress, all that kind of shit. And this is a lot of work for each person themselves to do in their own room. You just have to face yourself and do that. We are all versions. You decide which version you want to be.
I love that. That is like perfect. So now, wait till you hear the rest of the story. But that was a perfect description, 100%. Yeah. I love that. So at one point, the other dude had to leave the show. Now, so what did I do? I ended up playing both roles on the show. Instead of replacing them, I decided to be myself, the too nice, quote unquote, and I'll be him too. And that's how Pipe Man got developed, because Pipe Man and Dean at times can be very, very different. So much so, it became like a social experiment. I have female friends my whole life. I always had more female friends, and I had some of them call me up and saying, I was listening to your radio show, what happened to you? You used to be so nice. I'm like, idiot, I'm playing a role on the radio, come on. But this was the best part. My daughter worked for the station for a while, and her mom, who is the one that said those things before, 10 years past our divorce, her mom calls her and says, I was listening to your dad's radio show. What happened to him? I was married to him for 12 years. He was never that obnoxious. He's such a player now. And then she tried to reconcile with me because she thought I was a player.
If that's how they see you, so be it. You can't change people's opinion, you know. If they see me as a bitch because I do my work and my job and I'm a professional and I require the bare minimum, because for them is an extra, but for me is a bare minimum, then I'm a bitch. No problem.
Right? You know, like, who cares what other people think?
No.
But the fact is, I think that was a learning experience for me, because I saw how the other side lived, and not only that, but it was like, you know, going back to your balance. I'm a Libra. I believe in balance.
Exactly.
And that I was unbalanced is what that meant.
Yeah.
It meant that when I knew her and was married to her, I wasn't a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I was just all this. And that's sometimes too much. Because even us guys, when a girl's too nice, what happens? We don't want them.
No, when a girl is too nice, she's been taken for granted. That's some type of unwritten law, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you too, going back to you being a female artist, I say this all the time. As somebody that comes from the time when metal kept even more women, like women couldn't go into the pit, women couldn't do this, women couldn't do that. I'm telling you right now, I firmly believe and feel that women are the most badass in metal. They're the most brutal in metal. Why? Because they have so much passion and so much emotion, and that's what you need in music, and that's what you need in
You
metal.
don't have to jump on a pit like a monkey to be powerful or to be considered as equal. That's nonsense. And you know, the pit is not the music. Okay,
No.
this is the fun. The music is on stage, is on your fucking ears, not in. Okay, of course, in what you see, I get it, but this is the fun of the audience. That has nothing to do with the artist that is playing. You know.
Exactly. And like somebody, an artist like you, or an artist like Courtney LaPlante, or an artist like Tatiana from Ginger, you know, true artists, and like you said, it's equal, because I'll tell you what, I play to some other guys, some in the bands that are female fronted, and they think it's a guy till I
Yeah.
tell them.
Yeah, but Dean, let me tell you some. The thing is this. When I started getting into metal more and more, because I started with classic rock and blues, the label started saying, she doesn't sound like Evanescence, she doesn't sound like Within Temptation, she doesn't sound like this Courtney. And I'm like, but I'm not fucking Courtney.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, look, I am myself, and I am me, and I'm gonna do me, and you are not going to impose what type of music I should play or how I use my voice. And if I want to do the Christina Aguilera blues into my metal songs, that's on me, you know.
And that makes you unique. Like, who wants to hear all the same crap? I don't, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd rather you be unique and not listen to these record labels or anybody else, and you just
No.
do you. The people that become the best musicians, artists, and have longest lasting are the ones that don't listen to them.
I don't. I'm not gonna listen to how I get dressed or how I should perform and all that. I do me, and I'm really happy. You know, maybe this has closed a lot of doors for me, but in the end, I sleep in peace.
You got to do it on your terms.
I do it on my terms. As I said, the mistress never dies.
There it is. So, how do people check out your music, connect with you on socials, and anything else you want them to know about you so that they can really start following you now?
I have a YouTube channel with all of my video clips, live videos. It's all live, guys. It's not edited. It's all live. I have to say that. We play like on the CD. That's true. They can find me on Instagram, Andry Blues Metal Queen. And on Facebook, I have a page, the same, Andry, Andry. You can follow me there. I'm on Patreon also. Whatever you like, guys, just shoot a text and leave a comment, and let's connect.
If you were to say one last thing to the listeners, what would you pick to say to them?
Rip them off!
That was good. I love when artists actually do artistic stuff. So
It just came out of the blue. I don't know.
that was amazing. See, and that's what I mean. That was pretty brutal right there, and that's a big compliment.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy you're here at Wacken. Next year you're going to be playing again at Wacken.
Let's hear. Keep on fighting, fighters. Keep on fighting. Don't give up. Not yet. You're not dead yet.
There it
So-
is. You heard it first here.
Yes.
Well,
You got it.
Thank you for being on the Adventures of Pipe Man.
Thank you so much, Dean. Hope to see you next year.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipe Man on W4CY Radio.